All right, guys, it's Alex. So today we're going to talk about what women want in a man, okay? And this video is mostly about evolutionary psychology and what women have been literally hardwired to want in a man. This is not BS. This is not like I'm pulling this out of my ass. There's research behind it, so you could literally do your own research to validate my points. Okay. And by the way, we're setting my course. I'm nice guy, and I'm adding new material to that course, so that everybody can know. Some of you guys have told me that the course is not long enough, and the reason why I made it that way is for a reason. It's because it's straight to the point. But I've been for a few months. I've been debating whether or not I should add new material, and I didn't want to add because I didn't think anything could add to it because I think it's as good as it is. But I found something that could be more beneficial, and so I'm gonna be adding to the course by this. I'm gonna be adding to the course this weekend. You can purchase this course in the description down below. Okay, so let's begin this. So what do women want? Okay, the first thing is that understand that what women want today is a little different than what women wanted in the past. And the reason why is because women now have more power. Birth control pretty much changes women's mating strategies. They're more okay with short-term partners, and because they have less fear of pregnancy. Even though we have improved in terms of women's condition, evolutionarily, the wiring inside of women is still strong, okay? So understand that what women want and what is considered valuable is dependent on the environment. One village, a scientist might be important, having knowledge of science might be important. And in another part of the world, being a carpenter is more important because you need to learn how to build a house. In one city, in some countries, being fat is attractive because everybody is hungry. But in some places where everybody have food, being fat is unattractive. So it's context based. And understand this. Excuse me, sorry about that. One man can improve. One of the reasons why women look for one guy more than one of the reasons why women tend to be more monogamous than men are. That's actually a fact. Men are 12 times more likely to request for group sex than women would. Is that one man can provide more to a woman than a dozen can, right? One man who's committed to her can provide to her and her child way more than dozens of men that are not committed to her, right? So it's evolutionarily wired in a woman to be a little bit more monogamous unless there's a lack of men in the environment, which causes them to change their mating strategies, right? So understand this. To women, as a man, having resources to a woman is not, and having social status to a woman is not a necessity. I mean, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity, okay? They need a man who's gonna impregnate her. They need to make sure that that dude is not broke, or at least that dude has either a rich family or potential for the future, or have potential in terms of ambition. So the first thing that a woman wants in a man is social status. Now, this is not in order of importance, okay? But one is social status. And why? Because social status cues resources to a woman. And those resources are used to feed the kid. They're more attracted to high status men or the illusion of high status men. That's why faking actually works to women, because women, they can't just look at the high status. Like, you can't just look at a man and by his physique assume he's high status. There's context to it, but there's cues, high status cues that men send out to women that says I'm high status, right? So so some of the ways that you could sort of communicate that high status is to have an ambition, wearing nice clothes, having a lot of friends, having money, obviously, right? But the reason why they're attractive at the core of it is that it communicates that you have resources to give to their kids. Okay. So other things is, if you're broke right now, having ambition says you're gonna be high status, or so it could be like you're a college student, but you're going to school to be a psychologist, to be a neuroscientist. All of those things, going to school and then study, signals to a woman that you have the potential to one day be a good provider, right? And that's why women are not into men who are lazy. That's why women are not into men who have no ambition, because it says that you're gonna be low status unless your family is rich and you already have the resources, right? And also high status also means getting the respect from other men. Okay, it communicates that you're able to defend her from a physical threat from another man, right? Because women are naturally turned off by men who are dominated by other men and who don't get respect from other men. Right? And understand that women look for eligible men who have these traits. Now understand that eligible isn't a man who's single. There's a lot of single guys out there, right? Eligible is a man who has resources and is not giving it to another woman. You can learn a lot about this in a book called The Evolution of Desire. Women value social status in men than vice versa, right? A man don't give a fuck if he's dating a loser girl as long as she's hot. A woman values a man who has high status a lot more, right? And that's why women tend to marry up. Women marry up because they want to get as much. And understand, look guys, it's very easy to call them gold diggers, and I get it, okay? I fucking get it. But evolutionarily speaking, if women weren't like this, you wouldn't be alive. You wouldn't be alive. It's what works, okay? So the second thing that women look for is young men. When men their age, or at the most, in terms of like on average, the only culture that is at the most is Iranian women who on average date guys who are 5 years older than them, right? But that's at the most, right? Now that don't mean that you could, there's always a deviation from the mean, right? Like sometimes you see a guy who's 10 years older that dating a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, right? But generally speaking, women prefer younger men. And the reason why is because men who are older have higher status, most likely. Naturally, they earn more and have more wisdom and skill to pass on to her children, right? Because think about it, what changes as you get older? Your income and your strength, right? Younger men are physically less weak. A man's physical prime is in his late 20s and early 30s. And creatively also, all right? And also older men to women, they listen more, they're more mature. That's why as you get older as a guy, you actually become more attractive. They're not into men who are way too old though. They're not into men who are too fucking old, right? Who are dropping, almost dead. The reason why is because their sperm isn't that good. They're not as strong also. They lose body. They lose bone density. They lose muscle density. They lose their cognitive abilities also. So it's not too old unless it's balanced out with a lot of resources. Then, if you have a lot of resources, then she's able to deal with your old ass, right? Now, you might say, why is it then that women go for younger guys sometimes who are way younger than them, right? And the thing is that they go for younger guys a lot of times who are younger than them because the woman is older, and the guys their age don't want them that much because the guys their age want younger women. And so they'll go for guys who are younger because the young guys have low value. They're not getting as much pussy. And so they go for those guys because they're more receptive and they see them as sex objects, which makes them feel more attractive, right? So that's why they usually go for younger guys. Right? So they downgrade. Because to women, men are success objects. And to men, women are sex objects. In the most rudimentary way, that's how men and women see each other. The next thing that women look for is ambition and loving and having a passion, and especially if that passion is your job. Women like men who love their work. Again, you can find this in the book Evolution of Desire. Women love men who love their work. having a purpose in life, having potential and ambition. Women see men without ambition as unattractive, but men don't feel the same about women who have low ambition, though, right? That's a little different. Laziness is also a reason for this. Um, that's why if you're lazy, women find that attractive, not because it's unattractive, but because of what it says about your future potential. Um, so, but men who don't feel the same about women have low ambition, right? Okay, so that's one thing, right? Ambition. So you could be a dude who works at a McDonald's, and if a woman tells you what do you do for work, and you know it's low status, all you got to do is make sure to make it seem like the reason why you're that job, you're the reason why you've chosen that job is because it's going to give you the opportunity to learn how to manage a bit. It's going to help you get promoted to become a manager, learn how to operate a restaurant, and then hopefully one day quit McDonald's and open up your own restaurant, right? That now you framed it as an ambitious type of thing and it's attractive. The next thing is dependability and stability, right? Emotionally stable men provide for their kids more than the opposite. Okay, emotionally stable men produce better children, provide more for their women. They just have better families in general. And you gotta understand, it's not that a woman is consciously thinking about that. It's kind of like she's like, oh my God, he's so dependable and stable. Oh my God, he's gonna be so good with my kids. No, and also understand this. This does not mean that this is what's gonna help you get poom poom from different women every day. This is different. This is more about what women want in a partner. Okay. Now, if you're an asshole to everybody, if you're an asshole, and you're masculine with a lot of people, but with your girl, you're more soft with her, this could work out, right? It's kind of like women like an asshole who's an asshole to everybody but her. They find that really attractive. And so this is what I'm talking about. You gotta make sure that if you have this kind of dependability and stability, that you have a little bit of chaos somewhere else. Okay, because if you're just this, don't get me wrong, she wants it, she's attracted to it, but it could be if you don't balance it out with a little bit of an assholeness, it could be too nice to her. Okay, so emotionally stable men provide for their kids more than the opposite, and dependability shows that he's able to give their kids more resources. A man who's not dependable will most likely not provide for their children. And back in those days where women didn't have a job, that could mean the death of her children. So all of the mothers you've had, everyone in your lineage, those women, the reason why you're here is because they chose the right guy who was dependable. That's why you survived. So it's wired in a woman to find a guy who's dependable. Now that don't mean that you can't use the strategies that I teach to give her a little bit of fear of losing you. That's fine. But dependability, being there for her and her kids at the moment of crisis, is very important. And so they're wired to be attracted to that, right? So some of the things that you could do to show dependability is to be a dependable man to your family and tell her how your family depends on you and how you actually are able to provide for your family, like your mom and dad or your cousin, whatever, right? Or even being dependable to your friends. Those traits are noble traits that women find attractive, and they'll unconsciously assume you'll do the same with her. The next one is emotional intelligence and social intelligence. People who test high have more access to education and resources, right? And when I say high, I mean men who test high in IQ scores tend to have more access to education and resources. They get better paying jobs as well. Men who have more degrees. Women value intelligence in men. It's just that simple. Less intelligent men fail to make connections with high status people. They repeat mistakes and keep making it all over again. They can't solve problems. They tend to be narcissistic, tend to be unstable, right? They fuck up everything they touch. And women can't respect that because women will think you're just an idiot. You're a dumbass. And because of your low intelligence, men will naturally not respect you. And when men don't respect you, it naturally trickles down to women not respecting you. The fifth one, compatibility. And these compatibilities are things, again, it's not that a woman will say that you are that, oh my God, you're from you're the same political group as I am, so that means I like you. No, When she finds out she's a Democrat and you're a Democrat, she's gonna say, "Oh wow, you're a Democrat, me too," right? And so that's gonna create a connection naturally. But you got to understand is that it's just wired in a woman to be attracted to whatever is similar to her. That's why women find men who have a little bit of femininity really attractive. As long as that man is really masculine, but he just sprinkles in a little bit of femininity, women find that irresistible. And the reason why is because similarities in politics, personality types, cultures, and etc. Those things are attracted to a woman. Now, if she's a woman who was repressed and has a deep shadow, if you notice she's like a super fucking extreme nice person, she's gonna be naturally attracted to the opposite, which is her dark side, which is the asshole. So it's still similarities. So you might say, dude, why do you always see nice girls dating drug dealers? Because deep down, that's who she is, and that's why you shouldn't go off of what women just tell you or show you, right? So compatibility. Also, in terms of habits, women want a guy who has similar habits to her. If she pays her bills on time, she wants a guy who pays her bills on time. If she's clean, she wants a guy that's clean. If she and also people want people who live in similar areas, proximity. They want somebody who had the same education. And also, most importantly, same attractiveness. So if she's a 10, she wants a dude who's a 10 also, right? And the next one is size and strength and the V-shaped torso. Women want a guy, women have been sometimes get physically dominated by other men. And so women naturally are afraid of men, right? And so an unconscious reason why some women get boyfriends is to get protection for her and her kid, okay? Women want men with strong shoulders, right? They want strong shoulders and a strong lower body. But particularly more the V shape, the strong shoulder. Women find shoulders, I think, is the most attractive trait in a man. And I believe the next one is the feet, strong legs. That's why you guys have to do squats. And this is why working out helps. Getting in shape helps. Building muscle helps. And the reason why shoulders are also more attractive is because the shoulders is the most sexually dysmorphic attribute in the human body. It's the part of the body that it's mostly because women have narrow shoulders. Like their shoulders are more more narrow. A men's shoulders are more broad, right? And so that's a part of the body that's most different, right? In general. And women find that the most attractive body part of the man, essentially. And also being tall. Tall men naturally have higher status. Tall men are naturally more intimidating. Tall men are naturally, across all cultures, of higher status. And across all cultures, more attractive. There's not one culture that says shorter men are more attractive. There's not one culture, okay? I'm sorry, guys. Look, I'm 5'9", okay? I say I'm 5'10" on Tinder, but I'm part of that too, okay? Fuck, right? That sucks. And the last one is symmetry, good health. So, and this means being in a good mood, high energy, good skin, good gait. And when you say gait, I mean the way you walk is normal, not like with a limp, right? Because it's calorically costive to have good skin, to have a high energy, to be in a good mood. It takes a lot of calories, right? Which means a lot of resources. And an example of that, or even having that reddish tint, when you're young, you have like that reddish thing, right? It's attractive, right? Because it takes a lot of calories to do that. If you're malnutrition, you're not gonna have that. If you're malnutrition, you're gonna have shitty skin, bad mood, low energy, a horrible gait. And a perfect example is a peacock. The reason why the peacock looks that way is because it's saying, look how much resources I have that I'm able to create all of these beautiful colors, right? And so the female peacocks tend to be more attracted by the visual, right? Unlike women, they're more attracted by the ears, right? Women want a man who's symmetry and who's masculine, right? And also understand that symmetry is a sign of good health. Think about a baby that's not healthy. The most unhealthiest baby you could think of is a baby who's physically deformed, right? And the reason why is because it's just bad genetics. But when everything's going good inside, when the baby's developing and the baby has optimal genes, it's gonna come out more symmetric. And so studies show that symmetric people have a healthier immune system. It's a sign of a healthy immune system. And the masculinity also comes not just in behavior, but in literally phenotypical traits in terms of the body. So broader shoulders, good jawline, which good jawline says good testosterone levels. A deep voice, which says height also, and a V-shaped body, which is like the broad shoulder all the way down, right? High testosterone also means good health. Okay, it means you're eating a lot, because if you're in a caloric deficit, you're naturally gonna have lower testosterone. Your endocrine system is gonna start malfunctioning. I believe so, right? And also, high testosterone equals good immune system. And the last one, I'm gonna go with the last one, is love, kindness, and commitment. And this is like, I know some of you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, it's true. And this is why women love men who are good with kids. It's attractive because it says you're gonna be good with my kids. And this is very important. Understand this, guys. Women rate being loved the most important thing in the relationship. Above having money, above being good looking, being loved and appreciated is the number one thing a woman finds in a healthy relationship. The number one thing. There's nothing more. Feeling loved is the number one thing that a woman values in a man. Treating them well, not abusing them physically or verbally. Acts of love and commitment to show that a woman is most important, because a woman can tell her friends about how you're treating them nicely. Women like to brag about how nice their boyfriends treat them, right? And also, it also says you're gonna treat her kids well as well. Okay, it also says that you're not gonna abuse her and her kids. Commitment also says that you're gonna provide the resources to her kids and her kids only. And the emotional support also says you're gonna provide more resources as well. Now, it doesn't mean you're kind to everybody. Again, like I said, you could be super masculine, but with your woman, you could be a little bit more soft with her, right? Because again, some guys take it too far where they're so fucking cold with the woman where she don't even know if you love her. Like, you could be too cold. You gotta balance it with some signs of kindness. I've had women literally break up with me because I was too cold. Like, literally. Like, like women do that type of shit. They want to see you like her, because to unconsciously, it just says that you're not going to treat her well when you guys get married and have a kid. And that's the only thing that women think of. You can't blame them, because that thinking is why you're here. All of your mothers in the past picked the right guy. That's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? And this is what women want. A 22-minute video explains to you guys what women want, man. What a day. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you guys want to purchase my online courses, I have a course called Dark Game. You can purchase it in the description down below. You can purchase Nice Guy. And I have a seminar coming up, I believe, next week. Okay? Purchase the tickets down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. So if you're a guy that's just like me, who considers himself a nice guy, and you in your whole life you've been getting played by women, this is the course for you. Remember, I was a Bible teacher for most of my life as a teenager. So I was the quintessential nice guy. So this course that I created is specifically made to bring out your assertive nature, because when you're a nice guy, your assertiveness is suppressed. So by watching this course, you're pretty much going to learn not to get played. Now, mind you, you're not going to turn into a white guy into a black guy. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen because you see a white guy and then you see a big old black guy named Tyrone. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that you're going to learn how to assert yourself in a respectful and healthy way. You're going to learn how to express yourself. You're going to learn how to demand respect from men and women. And what's going to happen at the end of this course is that men will respect you and women will bang you, for the most part. Okay, so you're gonna, and the beauty about this is that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. 30 days. So if you don't like it, just message me and I'll give you your 30, and I'll give you all of your money back, and you can keep the course. So what you're gonna learn about the source of human aggression, strategies on self-assertion, how to identify different types of disrespects, right? How to deter aggression, signs of weakness that you might be sending out that's causing people to disrespect you, right? You're going to learn how to attack some people and who not to attack. It's pretty much going to make you more socially intelligent. It's a course for anybody who struggles with assertion, and specifically with people who've been jaded by being played by people, okay? So if you want to purchase this course,
go to the description down below and where it says purchase Nice Guy and do it now. 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked, and you keep the course. God damn it, okay? Because I am that nice of a guy, ironically, okay? So I'll see you guys inside. And I hope you guys enjoyed this course. I put a lot of my heart in it, and I'll see you guys inside. Purchase it now. Take care.